number 1, Brickwall University.
Rowan Bros, number 10, D-Man Academy.
Linden Track, 11, Bardown Academy.
Braden Pearson, number 12, Wheelan Academy.
Zach Brenneman, number 17, Boyce Middle School.
Lucas Jones, 18, Checking Academy.
Jimmy Halliday, 19, Little Pens Academy.
Cam Pelly, number 27, from K-12 Online School.
Ryland Calgary, 30, Shutdown Academy.
Owen Dunlap, number 53, Bardown Academy.
David Chappell, number 57, from Clapbaum Academy.
Jamie Costa, 59, Eden Hall Academy. Danny Foster, 88, Mason Elementary.
Jack Carlson, 90, Back Check Your Butt Off Academy.
Tyler Willis, number 92, Good Academy. D'Angelo Field, 97, Top Shelf Academy.
Good morning, Swirly Nation, and welcome back to Toronto, Ontario for the semifinals of the Marlborough International Friendship Tournament. As some early action, no goal. Squish had that under the pads. An early break right off the face-off, splitting the Penguins' defense, getting inside for a shot on Squish. He's able to make the save, get the cover, and the whistle.
It's a nice first save. Hope Squish gets some confidence with that save.
It'll be a defensive zone draw for Pearsall. Here's the starting lineups for your Pens. The lead as a fired one in front is put past. Just a beautiful play out of the corner by the junior Canadians. The starting lineup for the Pens: in net number 1, the Squish tender, Squishy Evans. On defense, 88, Danny Foster, and 57 was David Chappell. Up front, number 12, D'Angelo Flume. I'm sorry, 12 is Braden Pearsall. 97, D'Angelo Flume. 19, Jimmy Halliday. So the Penguins trailing early here in this one.
If you see Larry, ask him if he can come do the camera.
As the junior Canadians weave back to the Penguin zone. That was just a beautiful play out of the corner. This shot comes in on the Squish tender. He's able to stop and cover that one. Some early action here. We're about 40 seconds in, and that's, shot 3 or 4
at least
from the junior Canadians here early in this one. As Carlson lines up at the dot. It'll be Carlson, Jones, Costa, Pelly, and Track for the Penguins.
Pens need to try to generate some offense, get the puck moving in the Canadians' end.
I think they'll have some pushback here. Lots of time on the clock. Junior Canadians coming out strong early. As they control at the Penguin blue line, they'll dump it to the corner for Lyndon Track. Track will reverse the other side for Pelly. A nice breakout feed to Costa. He's gapped up on immediately, but he's able to wedge the puck out to center ice for Jones. It'll be the Junior Canadians D to D at the blue line. Puck flipped free by Carlson, launched in behind the squish tender, picked up by Pelly. Pelly off the wall to Costa. Bouncing puck sent back into the Penguins' corner as it's been tilted ice for a minute and a half here. As Track makes an outlet pass, the Penguins will get on the dump and chase. In the corner, it'll pop back to Bros. Bros feeds it across looking for Brenneman. Brenneman supported by Golnack. It'll come free, a bouncing puck over the stick of Pearsall, but he'll pick it up at the Canadian line, dumping it in deep, and the Pens will get on the forecheck. It's Brenneman and Golnack in after it. Puck played to the point, kept in there by Bolus. Bolus will put it back to the corner. Pearsall looking to battle there. Rimmed around. Kept in as the Penguins establish some zone time. Pearsall in the corner, wrapping it around towards the SS Bros, who keeps it along the half wall. A centering pass just misses Golnack there. And the Canadians are able to clear. They're coming in all by themselves. It's basically a partial break, and there's a great play from behind, but they're going to call a penalty and stick into the hands as Pearsall will head off on a hooking call. Stick getting up into the hands.
Yeah, that's a good back check with Braden there. Apparently got to stick up a little bit too much, but good effort there on the back check.
And he prevented a high-end scoring chance. As that player had a step, he was in by himself. Had a defender off to the side covering a potential pass. He was able to prevent the shot, but the Penguins will head to the penalty kill. Can they get a little bit of mo from a PK, perhaps? Looking for something here, trailing early as it's off the boards by Carlson back out to center. A good clear by Halliday out of the corner. And the Canadians will set up in their own end. Again, 2-minute penalties. 2-minute penalties, an adjustment for the Pens penalty kill. Also, they can ice as a shot eaten by Chappie.
Nice block by Chappie.
I heard he did not have enough pucks at breakfast. He usually has 2 bowls. Today, only a bowl and a half. So he's a little bit hungry for a few pucks. As Jimmy Halliday plays takeaway at the blue line, he's streaking in, feeding it across to Carlson with a shorthanded chance. That's off the goaltender to the corner.
Nice shorthanded effort by Halliday and Carlson.
It'll come back to the Pens line for Pelly to smack it all the way into the other end as we wind down to about a minute left on the penalty here to Pearsall for hooking. Canadians will set up in their own end, trying a controlled breakout. From behind the net, Flume pressures. Canadians kind of stuck behind their net.
It's a good job keeping the pressure on, letting the time tick away.
Canadians defense here. Through center, into the Pens end. It'll be a right wing side attack, twisting with it along the wall, cutting to the middle. They'll play it down low. Puck skips in front, swiped at, and cleared by Pelly. Now Jones as the Penguins looked at another shorthanded chance. This is one of those PKs you can gain some momentum from as Jones weaves and winds. A beautiful shot looking 5-hole that's kicked aside by the Canadian netminder. So it's the Toronto Junior Canadians and your Pittsburgh Penguins elite here from the Friendship International Tournament, the Marlboro Friendship International Tournament, which the Penguins eliminated the Marlboros and 2 ancient referees yesterday in the quarterfinals.
Pearsall's out of the box. They killed off the Canadians' power play.
So some momentum potentially gained from this as Golnack chases the puck. The Canadians will dump it in behind the Penguins' net. There's Bros to pick it up. He'll reverse for Bolus, and the Pens will change the attack angle. Bolus to the boards, up for Costa. Costa wedging it up the wall. He's done this before. Earlier in this game, able to get it out. This time it's stopped by the Canadian blue liner. In on the squish tender, who kicks it all the way to the corner. Bros will get there, up the wall for Golnack. It's stopped at the Penguin line.
We just can't get this puck out.
These are always dangerous moments as we'll have a habeas tripus here the stick into the skates of Golnack. They're going to call it a hook. I think probably more of a trip.
I can't believe there's a penalty called on the other team here, Jeremy. It's not something we saw last night.
It's not, as the Penguins will head to their first Seven Fields Wealth Management power play in 3 years in Canada. At least it feels that way.
Absolutely.
Here's Pearsall at the dot. Your power play unit is Chappell and Foster with, looks like Pearsall, Brenneman, and is that Halliday in front of the cage?
That is.
Shot from Foster deflects in. It's gloved and held. A beautiful glove save.
Nice play there. Danny getting a nice shot in front with a couple guys there for traffic. Goalie made a nice save.
Looks like a lot of you joining us here live from Toronto. Thanks for being a part of Cine TV. And we get, they're going to call the Canadian penalty killers off for a late change. We do want to remind you, if you hear this right now, make sure you hit subscribe. We're looking for 950 right now. It'll put us 50 away from the goal. So if you're hearing this and you're not a subscriber, click the subscribe button. You'll be number 950. So please, log into Google, hit the subscribe button as the Penguins set up the power play for you. A cross-ice pass by Chappell's picked off by the forward, and back come the Canadians. To the Penguins line, they'll be offsides.
Nice play there, trying to go D to D. Danny over to Chappie, and Chappie trying to make a cross-slot feed and just got picked off by the other team, but a nice try.
Good seam pass to the other side. It makes the defense readjust. The goalie changes angle. That's how you score on power plays. So Penguins doing a good job thus far, about 35 seconds in, as it's shot all the way down, no icing, as it is a penalty kill for the Canadians. Chappell back to get it. He'll find Carlson. Carlson with speed up the left wing side. That's always a dangerous thing for the opponent. As he shoves this one towards the cage, it'll be stopped and covered.
I'd like to see the Penguins get in the zone and try to set up here instead of scoring off the rush on the power play.
So an early push by the Canadians has, I think, been answered quite well by the Penguins, and we see a little bit more of that back and forth play that we expect when we have two of the top teams in North America meet. Stick knocked out of a Penguin's hand at the other end, but the Penguins keep it at the line, and he'll gain it back. I think that's Jones. Jones up top for Track. Track back down low for Jones. That's picked off by the defense and shot back all the way up ice to be played by Squish to the side of the net for Pelly. Pelly will reverse to Track. Track will wedge it up the wall to Costa, and following on is Carlson. Carlson to Jones. Jones darting to the middle. Bouncing puck eludes the stick of Carlson, but finds the stick of Pelly. Pelly, forehand to backhand as he drives the corner. Covered at the point by Costa. A cross-ice feed for Jones, whose one-timer is screaming over the cage. I could hear that even from behind this glass.
All right, the Pens are set up here. I like this kind of power play.
With 15 seconds left, they'll fire it in front, looking at Costa. It'll come out to Carlson covering the point. He'll go cross-ice feed to Jones. Jones looking in front for Costa. It's off a defender to the corner. 4 seconds left on the power play, but the Penguins control the puck. They got to be careful of the guy coming out of the box here as they work it down low for Carlson. Carlson reversing for Jones. Penguins with great zone time here on this power play. Jones taken down along the back wall. Carlson follows up in support. It's dumped in behind for the Canadians' defense to pick up in the opposite corner. They'll get a clean exit out off of a skate, but gathered in. Back pressure by Carlson, sending a Canadian flying to the ice. Track there to pick the puck up and advance for the Penguins up to the Canadian line looking for Flume. It'll be Track at the blue line. Knocked away from him, but gathered in by Golnack. Here's Bolus. Bolus heavy off the wall. Indirect feed. He was trying for Pearsall just a bit in front on the indirect pass, but Golnack will get control. He fires to Flume. Flume to Pearsall for a backhander that's kicked out.
Nice play.
Nice little passing play there by the Penguins and a good scoring chance off the backhand of Pearsall. Penguins gaining momentum from the PK and the power play here, I think. As Flume making a huge play at the Canadian line, just can't corral the puck, and back come the Canadians. The Canadians are in white. Their Toronto team named the Canadians. I'm not sure how Montreal feels about it. We can maybe get an opinion on that on the chat. But the Toronto Junior Canadians in a traditional Canadian-style uniform with the classic Canadian C on the chest. Instead of the H in the middle, you'll see
Offsides.
the JR.
Puck just came out a couple inches past the blue line, tried to keep it in, but offsides call. You know what? You're right, Jeremy. Canadians came out strong with that first shift with the goal that was called off and then with their actual goal, but the Penguins have done a nice job since then of tilting the ice back down the other way.
As the Canadians regain control, it'll be Foster defending all the way to the corner. He'll
that's a trip.
Yank him down, and he'll head to the sin bin for a 2-minute stretch.
I just got the stick out there a little too far. That's going to happen when you're in the corner against a Canadian team like this, when you're battling, trying to work hard.
Yep. A battle penalty, those you don't mind. Not selfish, not
Absolutely.
dirty, not lazy, which is one of the worst ones in my opinion. Just a good battle penalty, and the Penguins will do their best to kill this one off for Danny Foster. So yes, the Canadians in white with the red shoulders, the blue, red, and white, the bleu, blanc, and rouge, shall we say, of the junior Canadians. We've got the red, white, and blue socks and blue helmets. Your Pens in the gin and juice, the black unis. Pittsburgh from the right shoulder to the left hip.
Laid back.
And, of course, the iconic gold Pens Elite helmets as the Canadians set up their power play. 2 big shot blocks by the Pens defense in front as they are finding these passing seams.
You know, Montreal looks like they really work on their power play.
And a shot deflects in front wide of the
Toronto,
cage.
I should say.
Firing it across, coming through, and nothing you can do about that one. That was tapered for a corner on a cross-ice feed going across the grade as Squish came from right to left, got out in position, but he sniped a corner.
That's right in front of us. That shot, there's not much you can do there. That hit literally where the crossbar meets the post, bar down in the corner. That's a tough shot for any goaltender.
2:25 to play. In the first, the Canadians take a 2-0 lead, a power play goal.
Now it comes down to the next goal is extremely important. Penguins can't fall down 3-0.
As it's off the skate of Pearsall into the Canadian zone for Jones to chase it down. He'll center one. Wrapped around behind. Here's Pearsall twisting out of the corner. Controlling there. In front, off the stick of the goaltender. Kept in by Track. Bouncing puck. Cleared by I'm trying to say Montreal too. Toronto. Back pressure by Pearsall. As the puck's battled for at the Penguins line, it'll be Jones corralling the bouncing biscuit. He'll toss it in, and the Penguins will get a line change. A dump and change here for the Pens. It's Carlson, the first one on the puck with pressure. He gets
Oh, that's another one.
And the Pens will head back to a penalty kill. They're playing with fire here. Another battle play is on the forecheck there. Just gets the stick under the skates.
Right. Again, that's not a lazy play. That's not a selfish play. Jack's battling hard, trying to make a play there.
And that's what the Penguins need is a play. They need one as there's 1:37 to play in the first. They're trailing by a pair, and they're going to head back to the penalty kill.
You know what? The way the Canadians work that puck around on the power play, I think it's going to be extremely important to stay out of the box the rest of the way here.
And to win these faceoffs. Controlling this faceoff is an important piece. That's what they did on the first PK. They controlled it, got one out. As a missile from the point finds the corner. Again, traffic in front, and it's just shots to the corner.
Yeah, that's a nice shot from the power play. Again, Canadians do a nice job here, moving that puck around the power play. And you're right, Jeremy, came off the face-off. We couldn't win the draw. They move it back to their D.
And they're picking corners in this one.
And that power play is deadly for the Canadians here so far. Not the start we wanted, 3-0 in the first period.
Penguin knocked down at center. In comes Toronto. Firing one, blocked by the Pens defense. Rebound bouncing around in front. It'll be cleared by Pearsall. And I think you're right. It's going to be key to stay out of the penalty box in this one. Penguins have already taken 3. The Canadians 2 for 3 on the power play.
Just seems like we're a half a step off on some plays here.
We've had some scoring chances. The Canadian goalies have been good to keep them out. They've had the majority of them, I would say.
The Canadians have done a great job at anticipating the pass, getting in the lane.
As a shot's off the side of the cage by the squish tender. Back up high slot. Here's Pearsall getting control, and he'll exit the zone. Played over for Flume.
Penguins get 4 new troops on.
Cuts to the middle, tries to power through. A power move by the Penguins wing as Carlson's in on the forecheck. It'll be rimmed around and picked up along the boards. Tossed in behind the cage where the Canadians will take control. Toronto in their own end, pressured by Costa. They'll go D to D, reversing the attack angle. A cross ice feed indirect off the boards. Springs the Canadians on a 2-on-2. Winding, firing off of the stick, covered up by Squish, and he's slashed on the play. And they're gonna take one. Oh no, they're just gonna have a conversation. It's obviously not a penalty when you slash the goaltender in Toronto.
Right. These games are tough, no excuses, but I think we're seeing a little bit of the 4th day here on the trip, a little morning legs from the 6th game, 4 days away.
8:30 game last night, 9:30 game this morning. As the horn sounds, will end the period. A period that sees the Canadians control with 2 power play goals, and they take a 3-0 lead. An early goal out of the corner for a one-timer, and then a laser to the corner on the power play. Caught the goalie going right to left, went back against the grain, and then a shot from the point that just catches the glove side corner. Again, 2 right into that Crost area, that crossbar post corner on the power play.
Now, those are tough shots. We need a little puck luck here, maybe get the boys going.
As we're up to 71 viewers, if you're hearing me, make sure you sign into your Google account and hit the subscribe button below. We're going to head to the second period here with the Penguins with their most daunting task of the season right now, trailing 3-0 to the junior Canadians.
What do you think, Jeremy? What do you think they need to come out and try to do here in the second period?
I think it's their fundamentals. Forecheck, puck pressure, outnumber in the corners, outnumber in the puck battles, out support, get control. They move the puck well. They do all the things that they do, but it's those basic fundamentals. It's the forecheck, it's the support, it's lifting each other up, and they, quite frankly, I think they need to get a greasy one.
Right, absolutely. That's what I was saying, a little puck luck here. A tip, rebound, just get one, get some confidence going. These Canadians, they're a good team. They got good size. They move the puck. They're skilled. You can see they're well coached.
And they've fired some lasers here in this one. It'll be the Penguins' Carlson. He's got Costa and Jones. As the Canadians go forward on the draw again, we saw that on the opening faceoff. This time the Penguins defend it. Here's Pelly coming through with the puck. Power move to the inside. He finds the stick. A nice save on the shot by Pelly, and a one-timer from Jones.
Tip by Costa.
Just wide of the cage as it was deflected. Gathered in by the Canadians and sent all the way to the Penguin zone for Track. He'll bank it off the boards behind. Crashing down the wall are the Canadians to keep it in the Penguins' end. Track will get control and rim it around. Here's Jones. Jones to the middle for Carlson. Carlson reversing behind the back to Jones. Jones with some speed into the zone. They'll call it an offside play.
I think Joey might have been offside on the far side as he was going for a change. We need one shift to get us back in this thing.
Win the next shift. Plenty of time left as there's 14:09 to play in the second. We got Aunt Stephanie and the Commodore. Commodore, we'd be interested in your reviews of Mr. Bolus here on the color commentary. The Commodore Pearsall.
The Commodore is very happy with Larry working the camera.
Bringing you all the sights, none of the sounds as we are up here in the oven, the Cine TV oven, giving you the PlayStation view of the game. As Brenneman battles along the boards, it'll be controlled by Toronto. A D-to-D play. They'll come up the left wing side and chip it in behind the Pens. They do a lot of this dump and chase pressuring the defenseman with his back to the net as the Pens do a good job there of reversing. They'll get it up to Golnak, who taps it back for Pearsall. He regains control, and he'll hit Pearsall for the dump and change on the Penguins side. The Penguins with Carlson, fresh off the bench, on the forecheck. It'll be freed up at center to be gathered in by Foster. He goes back to, is that Chappie? It is. Cutting across is Carlson. Off of Halliday, back to Carlson. He'll reverse for Halliday. Halliday comes out of the corner. It comes free to Carlson, who taps it along the wall. He stays up on the play. Good footwork there by the Penguins' center iceman. Here's Carlson dancing behind, and we get a hooking call.
On who?
On the junior. I don't know why they blew the whistle.
Yeah, that's what I didn't understand. We had the puck behind the net here, and they blew the whistle, but the penalty is on the Canadians?
Yes. A hook on Toronto.
All right, this is what we need here. We need to get one on this power play, make it 3-1. It's a different ball game.
So the Penguins with their opportunity with the man advantage. Here's Halliday with a shot right from in front, blocked off of a shin pad, but he'll stick with it. Weaving back into the middle, back to the point for Chappie. Chappie back to Halliday. Halliday pulls it around the defender, shoots one in front on the backhand. Rebound there, pulled at, swiped away by the junior Canadians. A shot to the blocker
Nice shot by Danny.
Comes off the blocker. Up top for Chappie. To Foster. They play catch. Seam pass comes through. There's Flume. It's just tapped away before he could pull the trigger. And back come the junior Canadians. They'll dump one in behind the Penguins net and chase it down. Chappie, the first one there. They'll tie it up for Foster. Foster has it taken away to the corner, where the Penguins take it right back across zone. Feed will be picked up by Chappell and driven into the Canadian end for cross, and it's off the stick. Gandolfo with a 10-beller as he hit Flume on the backside. Flume had the whole net to shoot at except for what was sticking up on the stick, and Gandolfo for the second time has the butt end make a save. So two unfortunate breaks there for the Penguins as they try to make this a 2-goal game. Here's Pelly in his own end with a turnover. Falling down is a Canadian, and the Pens will follow on. It'll be
caught a break there.
To Jones. Jones with a shot. Rebound in front. Cleared by Toronto. Back to the point. Penguins still on a power play for 24 more seconds as Pearsall finds Costa. Costa in front. Shot down low. Rebound was sitting in front. Cleared by Montreal, and they'll get it all the way to center ice for Track.
I think on a play like that, we need to wait to get someone in front.
Track to Jones. Jones to Pelly. Pelly
nice
in
tip
front.
Pass. Oh,
and it's
crossbar.
By, I think that was Pearsall, and it went off the crossbar.
Was Pearsall or Costa there?
It might have been Costa. I'm not sure. But heavens to Betsy, that's two prime scoring chances on this power play. One catches the butt end, and the other one catches the crossbar.
Back to even strength.
As Pelly cuts into the offensive zone, it's knocked away from him for Track. Penguins are delayed offsides here. They'll get tagged up as the Canadians carry it out of their own end through the neutral zone. Into the Pens end. Twisting to the corner. Here's Bolus rimming it behind. Track gets to it. He'll bank it off the boards.
Nice breakout.
Golnak to Brenneman. Knocked down at center is Carlson. Nice defensive play there by the junior Canadians to break up the Penguins' rush. It'll come to Brenneman. He taps it off of his stick, hoping for somebody with speed. Nobody there, and back comes Toronto.
Again, we just seem a little bit off here. Close, but a little bit off, but keep working. We'll see what happens.
And I think maybe that's just the skill of this junior Canadian team.
Absolutely.
As they're there in every battle, they're doing a good job reading defensive plays, knocking sticks off pucks.
No, their positioning's fantastic.
As a puck trickles in front of the Penguins' net, it'll be a kick save by Squish, diving out to cover it up.
Nice save by Squish there. Great job of jumping on that rebound. 9:19 left in the second period. Canadians 3, Penguins 0.
We'll have a defensive zone draw.
We're at 5-on-5, even strength.
It'll be Pearsall over the dot. He gets waved out.
You know, we've seen that a lot last night. I've never seen so much in 11-year-old hockey, refs waving out our center.
And I think it has something to do with the wings. I think if you cheat, like in the U.S.,
Absolutely.
they warn you.
Right.
Here, they just throw your center out. They're like,
Absolutely. It hasn't been anything the center's doing. It's always, our wingers are trying to cheat in a little bit, and that's what they do here.
As Halliday finds Flume. Flume finds the side of the iron this time. Another prime scoring chance for Big 9-7.
Pearsall digging down low.
It'll be gathered in by Toronto and cleared up. Bouncing puck through center. Bros gets there. Able to send it back the other way. He was under immense pressure, but he's able to get it the other way. And the Penguins with a potential scoring chance here as Halliday has it knocked away. Flume will get to the puck. He stops.
Oh,
He's
another penalty.
tripped up. It'll be a power play for the Penguins coming unless they can score as the squish was headed towards the bench. He's getting some skating workouts in. He got about 3/4 of the way there this time before the Canadians get control.
D'Angelo doing a nice job there, drawing the penalty. We had a 3-on-1 there when the Montreal guy hooked D'Angelo down, so we'll see here. It might be a good penalty. Need to capitalize on this. 3-0, 8:28 left in the second.
On the last penalty, the Penguins found crossbar and the knob of the stick. Let's see if we can get one by Gandolfo here. As it's fired into the Penguins bench towards Coach Hannan. He'll duck out of the way.
All right, 1:52 left on the power play. Face off down to our right. We got Carlson, Costa, and Jones up front. Foster and Chappell at the points.
Here's Carlson on the draw. Wedged to the point, kept by Chappie. Tossed
Nice
in front
keep.
for Carlson, who taps it in on Cage, covered by Gandolfo.
Good job by David there, using his size, using his stick length, keeping that puck in, keeping the pressure on.
Battled for in front, wedged forward by Costa. It'll be controlled by Jones as the Penguins set up the man advantage. Carlson twisting behind the net, looking for Costa. He'll control to the point to Chappell. Chappell looking, winding, firing it.
There it is, there it is.
Costa.
That's what we needed. I was just thinking, when we have a power play, we should start using our points because Montreal, their box collapsed really low, leaving our points open. And Jack did exactly that, found Chappie with a rocket shot through traffic and sneaks in to make it 3-1 Montreal. 3-1 Toronto. This is killing me here with the Canadians.
And all I got
Montreal.
was the celebration on the replay yet again, as my fingers weren't quite quick enough to capture it.
No, it's exactly what we were talking about. A slippery one like that, through traffic from the point, making it 3-1. Let's see if the Pens get a little jump in their step now.
A great deflection in front by Joey Costa has made it a 3-1 game. A power play goal fought by the Penguins, as he will take fries on his salad. Here's Golnack behind the net for Pearsall. Crashing down is Pelly. We see some hop in these black and gold feet here as the Canadians will gain control. Looking, winding, firing.
Crossbar.
And that's crossbar above the squish.
That was a nice shot. That was a sneaky, nice shot.
As Pearsall comes away with it. Weaving in front. He breaks free, fires, glove save.
What a
and
save. What a
cleared.
save. Gandolfo, number 30, right in front of us with a beautiful glove save.
As it's Carlson behind. It's wedged past. Gathered in. Picked up by Golnack. He'll put it to the corner. Carlson pressures. His pressure frees it up the track.
Nice
Uses
keep by
the
Linden.
Body. Here's Flume in front to Carlson. Goes backhand and another 10-bell glove save. A shot from the point to the chest. Rebound cleared to the side. Flume battling.
Another beautiful save by Gandolfo on Carlson in front.
Pinned against the wall was Halliday. Carlson there on the forecheck. It's rimmed around to the left side by Toronto. Cutting in front, Carlson. It'll be gathered in by the Canadians. A cross-ice feed. That's stopped by Pelly. Tapped forward by Halliday. He'll spring Carlson.
Oh,
who
offside.
it'll be an offside play. A tough call there. Let's get that replay here and see if that was Perhaps. I think that was close. That's a tough one for the Penguins.
You know what? I missed it. I was looking at the guys making a change.
I think it was a good call. Carlson just about a half step in front of the pass as it came from Halliday, but a good play nonetheless. Penguins will set up, and you can see they got some hop from that one. Here's Jones, a centering pass for Pearsall to come the whole way free to Costa. Now Jones on the backhand. He'll wedge it towards the cage. Crashing down from the point is Bolus to keep it to the corner. Pearsall knocking down a Canadian, then hauled down himself in the corner as Rose will keep it in along the wall.
Nice
Not
play
once,
by
but
Rowan.
Twice. And the third time as he'll get it back to the corner. Penguins will track it there. Rimmed around but stopped by Jones. Jones back to the corner. Here's Pearsall getting control. He'll wrap around behind the cage, controlling all the way to the corner, looking for Jones, bouncing puck over his twig. It'll be picked up by Bolus. Bolus down the boards. He frees it to Costa. Costa firing one short side. He caught the shoulder of Gandolfo. That
was a sneaky nice shot there by Joey. Nice job by Rowan keeping it in.
And it's shot cross ice, but here come the Canadians. Penguins in a partial change. And the Penguins do a good job of dislodging the puck all the way behind Squish. They'll battle there. 2 Canadians, 2 Penguins. It's banked off the boards to the Canadians, and they're up to the point. Shot from the point in front. Sticked aside by a Pens defense. Another shot in. Stopped and covered by Squish.
Nice job by Squish jumping on that puck. First opportunity he had. That's one of those ones, the longer that shift keeps going, it was just going to go south for the Pens. Good to get a face-off, get new troops out there.
4:51 to play, second period action. Pens trailing by a pair. I need to update that. Sorry, folks. The Pens did get a power play goal here. Joey Costa on the shot from Chappell. A beautiful deflection. Shot in, blocker save, put behind the cage by Squish. As he started to move to the other side, he was able to flash the blocker out, and the Penguins are back the other direction. It's Chappell to Golnack. Golnack to Brenneman for a shot that is gobbled up in front.
Nice shot by Zach, using that speed, that beautiful skating coming down the left side. Nice shot on net, looking for even a pass off the pads there, but goalie keeps the puck in his belly, or in his glove.
Carlson leans over the dot. Wins it back. Chappell with the puck. He'll fire it off the forward in front, but gains control. Forcing it back towards the corner. He cuts to the middle. 2 players collide. Chappell goes down. So does a Canadian. The Penguins will keep it along the half wall. It's Brenneman in front. Carlson tied up. Kicks it to the corner. Gets control. Down low to Brenneman. Penguins buzzing right now. It's off the skate of
Jack
Carlson as he digs at the side of the net. It'll be cleared by the Canadians up the left side, and they'll exit the zone with a breakout. Good breakout by I said Montreal this time too, by Toronto. As here's Carlson getting control now. He'll tap it into the middle. Here's Golnack with it. He's joined by Pelly as he pulls up. He'll go to the corner as the Penguins are changing. They have some fresh bodies. And the Canadians come back the other direction.
Nice cross-ice pass there by the Habs.
This one in. There's the Squish tender to make the save and cover.
Nice job by Squish again. Not letting a rebound, holding the puck for a whistle.
3:32 to play. Second period action here from Etobicoke, a suburb of Toronto. We're about half hour, maybe 25 minutes outside of Toronto. Megatropolis here.
Good breakout off a defensive face-off win.
It's Pearsall down the wall, supported by Halliday. Halliday's had some jump today. As it's wedged up in the air, bouncing puck out to center, controlled by the junior Canadians as they gain the Penguin zone. The Pens will turn them back the other way. They can't quite exit. The Canadians will toss it all the way into the corner. Here's Track up the wall to Flume. Flume with a tap pass to Speed for Pearsall. Off the stick of Pelly, wedged all the way to the Toronto line where it's turned back the other way, but intercepted by the Pens and taken back by the Canadians. It's a 3-on-2. Into the Penguins' end. Defended by Track. Great hips and stick there. Penguins knock it free. Now they have a potential 2-on-1 as Halliday carries it up the outside. Makes a great move to the middle off the blocker shoulder side.
Nice move by Jimmy, cutting to the middle. Nice shot on net.
Shoulder blocker side, I meant, as a Penguin falls down at the blue line. It's a 2-on-1 back the other direction. 3-on-1 now. Winding, firing, off the crossbar again. Above the squish as it's wedged past to Carlson. He's streaking down as we go back and forth now. Carlson supported by Jones all the way to the area behind the net, where it'll be rimmed back to the point. Kept there by Bolus. His shot kicked out. Carlson picks it up, twisting with it behind the cage. Taken away by the Canadians. Jones will dislodge the puck at center, but they stay with it at the blue line. They'll dump it in behind the Penguins net. There's Bolus back to get it. Looking to reverse, it's taken away. The guy tries to drive into the middle. There's a great stick by the Penguins defense, and they're able to clear. Picking it up in their own end are the Canadians. Pressured by Costa on the forecheck. A breakout pass goes all the way across as they fired across the ice 2 separate times to really try to change the Penguins' positioning there. The Penguins will get control. Good passing as Carlson finds Brenneman. Brenneman has some space. He'll carry it in the right wing corner left side on your screen.
1 minute left in the second period.
Brenneman on the half wall. Reverses to the corner by Pearsall. It'll be Golnack getting to the opposite side as it's rimmed around off the dasher board up to Foster at the blue line. He'll tap it in at the delayed offsides. Sent back out to the neutral zone by Toronto, where they battle there. Bodies hit the floor. Pearsall dislodges the puck. And there's Foster to hit Golnack. Golnack in, looking between the legs. Feathered in front, covered by Gandolfo.
Gandolfo's been fantastic here. He's made a lot of big saves in this period, especially right in front of us here. 41 seconds left in the second, 3-1 Canadians. We just need to keep working, keep shooting, going for rebounds, going for another slippery goal.
Pearsall at the dot. Wins it to Brenneman. He'll go right back to Chappie for a one-timer. Golnack tries for the deflection. It sails past to the corner. Back come the Canadians, swooping through center, winding, firing. Kick this side. Oh, no. That one got through. That's not a good one. As sliding over was Squish, and it beats him to the glove hand side. And nothing you can do, I think, about the first three, but that's one Squish is going to want back.
That's all right. He's been doing a good job holding them in there. We need to put up more than one goal here. We got 15-minute period ahead of us. There's plenty of time left.
And this time the Canadians are waved out of the circle. Penguins force the puck to the Canadian end. Battled for along the wall. Back comes Toronto. Into the offensive zone. Defended off by Pelly. Pelly's able to get control. Up the wall for Flume. Player tripped up. Penguins might have gotten away with one there as Flume will wedge it out to the blue line. Can he get it to center? He will. But it's off of a horn sound, I guess.
End of the period. Again, Mark, the Canadians do such a nice job at their positioning. Every time we have a guy on the wall, they have a guy in the middle taking the passing lane away for the chip and breakout. Well-coached team.
I like their play through the neutral zone, always going with flow. And the Squish getting pulled. It'll be Calabrese coming into the play of the third period.
You know, I think Coach Hannan's probably just looking for a spark, something to try to get the team going.
He played a good second period until that last goal.
But again, I think this is about just looking for a spark here, trying to get the boys going. 4-1 Canadians headed into the third period. We need to get one first 5 minutes.
Penguins are going to deploy Carlson, Flume, Halliday, Track, and Pelly to start the third. Carlson to take the face-off.
Happy Thanksgiving to our Canadian viewers out there.
Yeah, Thanksgiving here in Canada, Turkey Day. As we'll be here for Canadian Thanksgiving and American Thanksgiving back at the Silver Sticks in Whitby. Calabrese getting some early action, able to get a stick on the puck there as it came to the side of his net. Carlson will pick it up in his own end, reversing for Flume. Flume up to Halliday. Picked up by the Canadians in the neutral zone. Wedged off the wall. Here's Pelly. Pelly firing it up ice to Carlson. Taken by the Canadians and spun back to the Penguins line. It'll be Pelly. Pelly off the boards behind to Bros. Bros up ice for Jones. Penguins with some speed through the neutral zone, a 3-on-3 as Pearsall drives in, left side, carries behind. Turns and fires one off the side of the cage. A sneaky shot there. Gandolfo equal to the task. Banked off the boards behind. Up ice comes the Canadians. Carried to the Penguins' end where they'll dump it in. We'll see a lot of that in the third, because they're just trying to get that clock to run. It'll be kept at the blue line by the Canadians. Back to the corner. Pressured by Bolus. There's Costa chopping at it. Picked up by the Canadians. Here's Pearsall. Wedged off the wall to Jones. Jones fires it all the way down. It's icing. If it's far enough, it won't be. A nice 9-iron there. Anybody know what his dad's golf game's like? Because that one checked up perfectly. On the backhand, too. In front. Shot. A slapper. Wide of the net.
You know, Canadians do a great job, as Coach Trevor would say, getting that puck across the Royal Road. Getting it from one side of the ice to the other.
Here's Chappell up the wing. Taken away from him. Canadians driving in front. They'll shoot one short side. 1-2. Calabrese makes two big stops there, and it's cleared by the Pens defense.
Good job by Ryland.
Kept it along the half wall. Down in front. Shot coming in. Good stick on puck by Foster to kick it to the corner. Here's Gulnak in the corner. Battled for by Foster. To Carlson. Carlson tries for Gulnak. It's picked off by the Canadians. A one-timer from the point all the way to the corner. Canadians get to the puck. Carlson battling. He'll play takeaway and bank it off the wall to Gulnak. Gulnak, an indirect pass trying to spring Brenneman. It's picked off by the Canadian defense, but taken back by Carlson. Carlson hammered at center, and we're going to get a Penguin power play here. You said first 5 minutes. Well, they're going to get 2 minutes.
They are. They're going to beat the clock here. 12:09 left. 2-minute power play. Penguins really need to capitalize here. Down 3, getting a power play at the beginning of the third period. Have to score here.
On Canadian Thanksgiving, the turkey finds the table.
That's right.
A little earlier than most at 10:08 in the morning. But here's the Penguins' opportunity.
You know, I'd like to see the Penguins use the points here on this power play. Remember, Montreal, their box collapsed low, or the Canadians, their box collapses low.
They worked it up high that time. Track worked it down low. It'll be taken by the Canadians and cleared. Those low to high plays to spread out those Canadian defenders. Here's Pearsall trying to drive. It'll be picked up by Pelly. He gains the zone. Weaving into the offensive end. He'll pull up, and he'll go back to the point. It'll be tracked there.
Just a little off here this morning.
As it bounces over his stick, he'll toss it in. Penguins are now on sides as the Canadians clear it all the way down.
1:15 left in the power play.
Penguins, Pelly will pick it up. Penguins with plenty of time here as they try to start the comeback. There's Track across for Flume. Bouncing puck gathered in by the Canadians. Pressure by Pearsall, but a nice stick handling work there by the Canadians to get it out of their end. A wrist shot off the skate of Bolus, picked up by Bros. Bros up for Flume. Flume cross ice feed to Halliday. Halliday in front for Pearsall as the Penguins tic-tac-toe up the ice. Taken by the Canadians, clear but not out. A big shot coming from the stick of Bolus, screams wide to the net. Cleared by the Canadians, back out to center for Jones. Jones will pick it up, 32 left on the man advantage for the Penguins. This is where maybe they can take advantage of the 2-minute power plays here. As it's banked off the boards, gathered in by the Pens. Shot comes in, side of the cage. bounces behind the net, taken by the Canadians. They'll get control and they'll fire it all the way down.
15 seconds left on the power play.
Here's Bros getting to it behind the net, rimming it around for Jones. Jones with a tap pass to Carlson. Carlson takes it on the backhand. 3-on-2 develops as Jones driving the high slot. Carlson driving the right side.
Score!
Finds the back of the net, and Jack Carlson, he whines, he dines, he tickles the twine.
Scratch my back with a hacksaw, Jeremy. What a nice play, Carlson from Jones and Bros. That's what we needed.
And the
on
Penguins,
the north side of that 10-minute mark, Jeremy.
right as I believe the penalty was getting ready to expire, so the Penguins with a second power play goal there. And it's 4-2.
Boys need to keep working, try to get one more here. You know, worst case scenario, you think you can always try to get one at the end with a pulled goalie. Hopefully it doesn't get to that, so let's keep plugging here.
Banked off the boards, pressured by Jones. D-to-D play by Toronto. Winding, firing one. That's off the heel of the stick and wide behind the cage for Chappell. Chappell wedges it up the wall. Here's the Canadians peeling off the wall, cutting in front, firing one. There's Calabrese to stop and cover.
This has been a really good game. It's been an even game. I don't think the Canadians are necessarily outplaying the Penguins here. They just capitalized on a couple great shots.
It'll be Pearsall to take the draw in the defensive zone for the flightless Birds. Looking to try to make it a one-goal game now. He'll win it back to Pelly. Pelly will carry behind the net and reverse to Brenneman. Tap pass to Pearsall with speed. He'll fire it up to the OG. Golnack into the offensive zone. Behind the defenseman where he's pressured all the way, and we're going to get another penalty here.
There we
This
go.
will be on the Toronto Junior Canadians. It should be an interference call.
Great job by the OG using his speed and tenacity there to draw that call. All right, we got 9:26 left. 2-minute power play, 4-2 Canadians again. Let's see if the Penguins can capitalize here. This is a golden opportunity.
Pearsall.
Penguins are loading up for this power play.
It'll be Pearsall, Carlson, Flume, Pelly, and Chappell. And now Golnack. I have no idea what's going on.
It looks like Owen's coming on for D'Angelo.
Explaining to the bench that it was a late change, I'm guessing. Now they're going to wave Pearsall from the faceoff circle. So it'll be Carlson winning it back to Chappell. Chappie setting it up off the wall to Golnack. He drew the power play. He's out on the power play. Here's Carlson behind. Reversing to Pearsall. Pearsall coming out of the corner, setting things up back down low to Carlson. Carlson to Pearsall. Pearsall back to Pelly. Pelly down to Pearsall in the half wall. They'll work it deeper for Carlson.
I like to
set things up.
Like to see them use the points here.
It'll be a pass just missing Pearsall, but staying in the zone as Carlson will get it. And now the Penguins look to go to work. Carlson shot from the outside. I'm sorry, that was
OG.
Golnack's shot from the outside. Is kicked away by a defender and cleared. Here's Chappell with it. He's up to Flume. Flume tap pass to Carlson. Carlson with some speed gains the zone, fires it all the way across for the stick of Pearsall. He'll rim it all the way behind, getting to Pelly on the opposite side. He'll battle along the board, supported well by Flume, but out come the Canadians with it. It'll be a one-on-one. Chappie defending Pearsall on the back check as it's carried wide. A nice poke check by Chappell. Frees it up for the speedy Carlson. He'll tap pass it to Pelly. Pelly gains the zone. Got Carlson crashing the outside, leaves it for Flume, who darts to the middle.
I like to see that shot. I like to see that shot.
And a shot attempt by Pearsall is blocked out. Here come the Canadians in front, short-handed, kicked away by Calabrese. A short-handed chance defended and kicked out to the corner, but taken away from Pearsall by the Canadians. It'll be Bolus reversing to Carlson. 17 seconds left on the power play as Pelly gets control. He banks it off the boards for Flume. Flume into the offensive zone for the Pens. 9 left on the power play as they get it all the way to the corner. Players tied up as he crashes into the boards. Cleared up and just out over the line off the stick of Bros. Gathered in by Bolus.
Jesus.
Bolus falling down, but the Penguins gather the puck. Up for Halliday. There's Bolus. Halliday battling along the boards. In on Bros. Back check by Jones. Down falls a Canadian in front of the official. If they get control, they'll drive into the Penguins' end. It'll be an offside play. 7:03 to play here. Third period action. Penguins trailing by a pair. Plenty of time left to get a pair of goals. 7:03, almost half a period remaining. Cross ice feed off the stick of a Canadian at the Penguin line. Battled for there. It'll be the Pens coming away with it. Off the wall before it's reversed back by the junior Canadians. They're into the Pens end. Cut to the middle. Controlled. Wedged down the wall. Bouncing puck. Gathered in. Sent to the middle. Shot in on Calabrese.
Nice save.
He's able to stop and cover.
Gobble, gobble, gobble up that rebound, Jeremy.
An excellent stop and, more importantly, the cover of the rebound out front.
You see what I did there on Canadian Thanksgiving?
I did.
Did you like it?
The dance part of it was
it
the
hot?
best part. You dancing up here in the oven, that was by far the best part of
Absolutely.
the gobble. On a weekend where the Pitt Panthers beat the Hokies, it's Canadian Thanksgiving.
Nice breakout pass to Costa.
As he streams up the right wing side, dishing it all the way to the Canadian corner. Gathered in by the defense, pressure by Carlson. As the Canadians streak through center. Carlson will end up with the puck. They'll dump it in, looking at Jones, crashing the opposite side. Jones with a nice angle, beating the Canadian to the puck and wedging it back to the opposite corner. There's Costa to pick it off, forcing it further behind the Canadian net. They'll play it out the left wing side of the defensive zone, shooting it all the way across the ice, icing if it's far enough, and it is.
Right. 5:42 left here. Now we're getting down to crunch time. We really need one.
Penguins searching for one.
Got Brenneman, Pearsall, and Owen Golnack up front, Pelly and Track on D.
Faceoff will be to the right of the Canadian cage. One back to Pelly. Pelly to the half wall. Brenneman battles. Pelly keeps at the wall, forces it down for Pearsall. Cross ice feed. Golnack dumped on the play. Battle along the wall. It'll be Golnack keeping it in. Brenneman turning with it. Fed into the middle. There's Pearsall with a shot. That's blocked. Second shot. Spinning one in front. Wedging, diving for the puck is Golnack, and it is a whistle. It's under something, and that would be the junior Canadian netminder. Part of me was hoping it might have been a junior Canadian defenseman.
Right, absolutely, for the penalty shot. Good job there, keeping the puck down low, digging at it, all the way to the whistle.
5:11 to play as a shot comes from the point that's blocked out. Battled in the corner. Stopping and starting is Pearsall. Brenneman will wedge it up high. Pelly back to Brenneman. Brenneman in front. Backhander by Golnack in front. Pearsall as they whack away at it.
Nice job by the forwards there. Brenneman, Golnack for a nice shot.
A wrestling match breaks out in the corner as a Penguins Brenneman and a Canadian defenseman hit the ice. Pearsall back on the puck. He plays give and go with Brenneman. His shot kicked out by Gandolfo. Golnack with it. Reversed for Pelly. Cutting in front, shooting one, glove side, off the glove, rebound in front, battled for.
Nice save.
Penguins, Carlson will get control in the corner.
Nice glove by Gandolfo all game here.
It's fired back up and cleared by the Canadians. To be sent back to the line by Brenneman. Dislodged just past Carlson. It'll be deposited into the scorer's box.
4:07 to go, 4-2 Canadians.
So Penguins are going to need one soon, real soon. Next minute or maybe two, and then they can get Calabrese to the bench and try to get the equalizer. It's up the wall. Battling their way with it comes Halliday. He fires it across ice. He was looking for Flume. He'll get control, finding Halliday. Halliday back to Flume. Flume cutting in front, trying to shove it towards the net. Carlson gets there. He retreats, looking backside for a one-timer that just bouncing puck off like the glove, I believe, of Halliday. He'll gather it in. In front for Carlson. Down low for Flume, who pulls it from along the goal line and is tied up.
Those are tough. Canadians are really packing the box there, getting everyone down low.
As they come up, stick on puck deflection by Bros will send it to the corner. Penguins with a ton of zone time here in the third, as out comes Halliday. It's a 3-on-2 for the Pens. Cutting to the net is Carlson. Shot off of the goaltender's pads to the corner.
3 minutes left to go.
Flume centers one. Cleared by the Canadians. Gathered back in by Flume. It's Bolus crashing down the wall. He'll play it deeper for Flume.
Got to make a play.
Want to see him maybe cut to the middle there. Here come the Canadians. To the blue line, off the glove of Bros. He'll gather it in. Penguins changing, so he'll delay a bit before feathering it across, looking for Jones, picked up by the junior Canadians. Up through center they come. Off of a stick to Bros. Bros up to Costa.
It's a little too far.
Bros will gather it again, this time Bolus with a great feed to Costa. He'll cut into the middle, sending it across. One-timer by Jones is
There's that glove again.
snagged by Gandolfo.
Great glove by Gandolfo all game here.
2:19 to play.
2:19 to play, Jeremy. When you pull the goalie with a face-off in their end, down 2.
I think if you get control, maybe minute 40, minute 50, as the shot comes in from Chappell.
I think next face-off down there for sure, don't you think?
Yes. Coach Ray last year with the 10s, he would have pulled it with 6 minutes left. He was legendary, and it worked multiple times.
Now, I'm a believer in that.
As Chappell sends it back the other direction, it's Costa to Pearsall in an offside play.
All right, so we'll have the face-off outside the blue line. Here I think you have Ryland maybe top of the circles, ready to come as soon as the Penguins get possession. They don't have Ryland out. He's still deep in his net.
Penguins battling for it. It's Carlson, Brenneman, and Golnack as Chappell gets control. It's banked off the boards by Golnack. Darting in is Carlson.
Minute and a half left. They still have the goalie in, down 2.
As it's wedged back out the center to be picked up by Foster. Foster up to Carlson. Bouncing puck to the half wall. It'll be battled for in the corner by Brenneman. Followed on by Carlson. Penguins changing as Golnack gets one in towards the cage. That's gloved and held. A minute 19 left in the third.
Minute 19. Do you pull the goalie now, down 2 in the other end?
I think Coach Hannan's going to call a timeout here. A timeout. And the Canadian goalie is allowed to leave his crease. See, in our game last week, this would have been a 10-minute minor for high-fiving a teammate. Calabrese comes to the bench as well. They're talking to the Penguins goaltender, and they're going to send him to the top of the circles. So he'll start at the top of the circles for the face-off, I believe.
Where's the face-off going to be, Jeremy?
It's in the Canadian zone. So the Penguins looking for a pair. The 5 flightless birds will be Pearsall, Carlson, Flume, Pelly, and Bros. Calabrese will head to the bench. As the Canadians control the draw. Behind the net to be fired out the center. Picked up by Bros. Bros off the wall for Flume. Tapped in front. Here's Carlson on an offside play.
See, I think 107 here.
Face-off will be outside of the Canadian zone.
I'm assuming once the Penguins get control and get it in the other end, they'll have Ryland come to the bench for the extra attacker.
Here's Pearsall, leaned over the dot. He'll win it back to Pelly. Pelly's bank pass picked off by the Canadians. They'll fire it back out the center, gathered in by Pelly. Along the boards will battle 4 Penguins. Along the walls, the Canadians pin it there, just trying to get some clock to run. It'll be dislodged to Carlson. He's up the ice into the offensive zone with possession. Calabrese heads to the bench. On comes Halliday. It's cleared, and Halliday chops it out of the air. Bros will keep it at the blue line. Spinning one in front is Flume. The Canadians get control. They'll dislodge it and fire it off the boards. Picked up by Pearsall. Back to Pelly. Pelly with a pass to Halliday. Halliday spins, but the Canadians get control, and it's off the post. Bros will get there. 15 seconds left in the game as Flume taps it forward. A shot in off of Pelly's stick on an offside play. Oh, the Bros will pick it up. Forgot Canadian rules. It didn't matter. In front, there's Halliday shooting one that stopped, gloved, and the horn will sound.
It just wasn't in the cards today, Jeremy. 4-2 Canadians win.
Penguins fall here in the semifinals. We will be back in action next weekend at the Lemieux Center.